Our final speaker on this panel is Willie, who's one of the founders of Scott E3, which is Energy, Employment, Environment in Edinburgh, and that's part down there.
Yeah, just recently I saw some criticism of XR for some people climbing on a tube and getting ripped off and getting kicked. And some people called them middle class, and they didn't understand what they were doing. They were upsetting people who were trying to get to their work. And we heard a speech at the back there that says that workers marched up to a factory, Chinese factory somewhere in Yemen, and burnt it down. That was a bit awkward for the workers that day, wasn't it? See, we have the memory of the class. We know what happened in 1917. We know what happened in 26. We know what happened in the 30s. We have been waiting for the movement to explode across the world, in which all that bloody knowledge can be put into practice. But there is another thing. I remember an old Jewish guy I used to listen to, said he had an Aesop fable. And the Aesop fable was about a bullock and a flea. And the bullock went to the field, and it ploughed all bloody day, and it come off weary and shattered and the rest. And on its back was a wee flea. And the flea said, and you have to have a limit to how a flea can speak to a bullock, but nevertheless, the flea said, Christ, didn't we do well today? We are XR. Have no doubt about it. Everywhere we are as individuals, shit is happening. If you think you can walk along your street without seeing a workplace, or a garage, or some other place where workers are getting crapped on, if you can't see where people are on zero contracts, if you can't see where people didn't have decent housing, and there's a food bank round your corner, which you occasionally put something in a Tesco box, then to be honest, if we're not active where we are, then we are going to be just academic people. We don't really matter to the world. We think we matter, but actually we need to get involved. And that's why we took up about 3 or 4 years ago an invitation for the Scottish Government. I don't think Johnston's going to call on RS21 and say, would you like to send me a submission on climate, right? But they actually did it with the Scottish Government. It's a small benefit of having the SNP in government, liberal, social liberals and whatever. Nevertheless, we did it. We started to talk about just transition. And we had a great opportunity. And it's a classic example of what dead planet trade unionism is all about. What happened was workers occupied. Who were they? Workers. There were people who made modules for a wind turbine to sit on. They were only 10 miles away from the field in which these modules were to be taken out. 2 minutes left. Jesus. You know, somebody was talking earlier about how people respond. I was on a train coming down to here for my 5 minutes. And actually what happened is the train stopped. And they said that there's no driver. So we had to get on to the other train, which was rammed, with everybody else trying to get on it. And you know what happened? I saw in my carriage people sharing seats. People sitting for half an hour, getting up, and other people. Don't believe that human beings haven't got that spirit everywhere. If you go into working class estates, anywhere, you'll find that community, you'll find that support, you'll find that people want a decent world. And that's why we can cut with millions. We've just heard some people talk about Chile. What the hell, Christ, they've had it hard in the last decades, haven't they? And yet there they are, on the bridges, on the streets, in the factories, fighting back. Yemen, they get blasted with bombs for Saudi Arabia all the time, and yet they're fighting back. In Iraq, Jesus, as that old Jew once said, you think you've got it bad? I lived through the downturn. Hitler was on the move. We've not got it bad compared to the global south. We need to be in solidarity with them. We need to take that argument into the workplace. There was a thing called fair fare. And this is where we can take it into XR. Because I'll tell you what happened. Somebody climbed on a bus and said, I'm not paying the extra fares. The problem was there was another 40 people who had actually paid the fares. And the driver says, get off. And that person says, I'm not getting off. I'm not paying that extra fare. What do you think the other 40 were thinking? You know, one's just woke up, their face crushed against the seat, the window because I just woke up, I know I can see but really, to come 400 miles, you know, at least give me 2 more minutes. It's going to cut me off. New technology swings. Right. I'll tell you what happened in the fair. We argued that the bus driver shouldn't have taken the fare. Just think about it. The bus driver is not going to take the fare. The 40 people sitting on the bus, they haven't paid the extra. The solidarity, workers have got power. That's what we need to say. The tube drivers, the people who were getting into the tube station should have been leafleted, should have been talked to, should have been talked about what they were possibly going to do. But also recognising we support this tube system. There's greenish systems that we would want to expand and develop and whatever. I know, you're going to shut me up.
Yeah, everyone else wants to say.
Yeah.